Hey there, Pisces. How are you? I hope you are, as always, doing well and feeling fab. I know that there was a bunch of comments from yesterday's reading about having enough and don't want to be dealing with a person anymore. And what I love is that you don't have to. If you are really feeling at the end, you're at a point of holding on to letting go, it's a fine line. But at the end of the day, when, readings are about, people reconnecting or coming together or lessons being learned, a big part is the free will and choice on whether or not recognizing if a relationship is worth the energy or time. If someone is not giving back to you, if someone is not showing up for you the way that you desire or that you need and you've communicated it, and they're just not willing, okay, you pretty much have your answer there on what type of relationship that you have. So it's not an easy thing when there's someone that we care about or love or want to connect with or get to know or grow with, if they're not willing to also show up in the same way. And that does require healing and strength to sometimes step away from that dynamic. There's also the other aspect of people need time to grow, people need time to heal. So that's questionable on patience and whether you want to support that path and journey. But I think it's really, mindful of whether both people have the same intention. And that's a key part to any relationship. Sometimes we have bad days and good days, as you can appreciate. But, more than anything, Pisces, is being kind to yourself and being, sometimes it's hard to be honest with ourselves on what's really happening in a situation. But if you are feeling frustrated, not supported, you're tired, can't do it anymore, the best thing you can do for yourself is focus on you. And you might be surprised how sometimes things can turn around and just simply your life can be better and who you can attract in from that energy. And see, the sun shines. So, I'm sending you a whole bunch of love and support for those who are going through a really, challenging period with a potentially significant other or just a relationship in general. It's not an easy road at all. Relationships take a lot of work. So, and healing can come in many different forms. I think I mentioned someone's like, well, why do I have to heal if someone doesn't treat me right? Well, sometimes, there is that healing aspect of why are we attracting people that way that don't treat us well? What do we also need to learn as a person? Growth is healing. Being able to grow is having that self-awareness as well. Okay. And I don't know, healing's just like, it's continuous. It's not just I heal once. I feel like I've been healing for years, and I'm sure a lot of you can appreciate and understand that as well. So Pisces, what we're doing here, this is Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising. If we haven't met, I'm Jamie. This is Soulvine Guidance. I have a mastery in neurolinguistics, which is a lot around about our mindset, psychology, how we operate, think, patterns, self-belief, and things like that. I do a lot of healing work. A lot of intuitive guidance, but my background also, in addition to that, is building companies. So working with a lot of people on how to grow their businesses and, my own. So I love this stuff. And that's why I do this regularly and daily for our Pisces fam. This work I think is really profound, doesn't matter what area of life. But, I'm here to help and support you and make a difference. And sometimes, we're not going to hear what we always want to hear, but that's the part of the challenging aspects and to help us each grow. And I really hope a lot of this is just supportive for you to, to make the changes or gain the clarity that you seek on this journey. So here we're looking at what the challenges are, and let's have a look at what the potential outcome is, and then we'll dive in, Pisces. All right. 1 second. With my head in the way. All right. I might have looked a bit special there trying to pick up the card. I didn't want to put my head under because knowing I would have kind of probably had a bit of an accident. All right. One more for our potential outcome for our Pisces. Awesome. All right. So we'll do a check-in with the outcome towards the end, but let's dive in, Pisces, on what is showing up. So we've got the Five of Inspiration, the Queen of Voices, and the Six of Inspiration. So wherever you've been battling, it seems, if it's a choice in direction, whether this is something in the workplace, this is just something you're dealing with someone about, like getting on the same page, going in the same direction. This also could be like your own internal battles here. Because with the Queen of Voices energy, there seems to be some component here of, I feel like someone's kind of had enough with this Queen of Voices energy. That's what I'm getting this time. Around like what you're hearing, what's going on. It's like you just want to finally make a decision and start making choices that seem more aligned. It's like now you're really starting to look at things and process things a little bit differently. So you may have just had some form of realization, or just dealings in general, but I feel like you're ready to cut out things that haven't been supportive and that aren't feeding you in a way that feels like congruent to who you are. But I think this is a little bit of a realization and a little bit of an awakening that may be coming, because on the other side of this, whatever decision that you're making here or gaining clarity and truth on, and then finally pulling the sword out and cutting is what I feel is happening here. And it's not in a bad way. It's just like setting those boundaries, cutting out what isn't okay and speaking that truth around it. You're going to gain a lot of success on the other side. So where you may not have had confidence in using your voice, where you may have used your voice but found that you weren't getting the results that you needed, it's like you're gaining something here on how to handle a situation more assertively and with conviction at the same point in time. And this seems to be like a successful endeavor, engagement, conversation, or whatever it is that you have regarding a certain situation. For some of you, this could be a relationship in the workplace. This could be a relationship in terms of a loving dynamic. That's going to be individual to your scenario. Then we've got the Ace of Materials, the Hermit energy, and the Empress energy. So whatever seems to be coming on through from whatever conversation or decision that you're making here, Pisces, there seems to open up, like, what they're saying is like better days. It's like you're opening up an opportunity here. It's like something new is coming towards you from whatever, like, I'm trying to explain what I'm seeing here. I guess you can say cutting away, clearing the energy, whatever you're doing here with this Queen of Voices energy, there's something pretty powerful that's occurring here, because you're gaining like accolades from this, success from this in whatever you're doing here. And this Ace of Materials is reflective of that. That's kind of like a conduit to making this Ace of Materials show up, some offer, some opportunity, some new beginning in your material world. Okay, something that you're achieving, gaining into your life. The Hermit energy and the Empress, though, it's interesting because the Hermit energy, there may be a point in time to another part of self-reflection, maybe some healing, some insight that you need to get on your own. This is not something, that you can get the answers from outside of you. I think it's gaining clarity on where you want to go, how you want to feel, and what actually really lights you up here. And I think once you have that little bit of a step away, that being in the center here, this may be a little bit of a spiritual journey for you, a little bit of a spiritual expansion, which includes those little parts that we may heal or, quantify as our what's important and what's relevant to us instead of giving ourselves away all the time. And the Empress energy is like taking this charge, taking these elements of that to really start afresh with this new beginning where you're stepping into just like a strong, powerful version of yourself and recognizing your power in this universe, in the place that you are in your life, in the world, and what it is that you can create and do when you're charged with this way of thinking, way of being, and kind of seeing things in a little bit of a different light. I just feel like there's a little bit of a veil or an awakening, or like the rose-colored glasses are coming off, and you're claiming back your power here, Pisces. With the Seven of Inspiration, the Strength card, and the Sun, I mean, the Seven of Inspiration is about, your boundaries, your truth, your courage, going after what it is that you want to go after, and your belief. And what I like about this Seven of Inspiration and the Hermit, it's like moving towards your true north, okay? The light, the spark, the healing that comes with this. And the Strength card is further validation of the courage and like discernment that you have as you move forward, okay? And on the other side, we've got the Sun. It doesn't get better than that. So I do feel there's some transformation happening here once you make a decision to cut out something, speak your truth, or whatever it is that you want regarding a certain situation. I think a lot is going to come to light or open up for you in a very positive way. The challenge showing up here is you've got discontentment and boredom, moving on, and positive movement forward. Wow. So this to me is saying from a situation that you're dealing with, you're not getting what you need. You are not receiving what you want, what you need, what you desire. It ain't filling your cup. And as part of that, I think you recognize with that challenge that you do, if you want a better life, if you want to feel better about yourself, moving on requires more than just physically moving. This moving on energy is the swords, is the mind, okay? Like mindfulness that comes with change. And I feel like this is going to be a big part for you, Pisces. Like I said, this realization, which starts in the logical aspect and shifts into how you feel, okay? So it seems like you're going to be moving on to something which isn't an easy decision to make, to move away from something that may have meaning. But it's like when you make this change, you're going to start seeing things grow. You're going to start seeing things move forward in a really good light. And we're seeing this, I mean, look at this row. There's a lot of beauty here, a lot of, I feel like a lot of consolidated wins that you've been waiting for, okay, in achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve. So let's further clarify and see what else Spirit wants you to know here to support your journey, Pisces. I just got one more card that doesn't want to come up. All right. And then we'll have a look at the outcome. All right. So we're starting off with the Ace of Wands with the Five of Inspiration. So this is, talking about, let me just take a step back here. The Five of Inspiration, which is before the Six, is more about the conflict. But it's like with this Ace of Wands, you're going to get the resolution that you need to get to the Six. So there's going to be something that's going to seem to gain clarity on, that's going to plug in where something or someone or a situation is like coming together in alignment. But it seems to be, or may have been, a period of time where just things may have been butting heads, not getting on the same page. Maybe, there's some form of overwhelming decision making on which path, which direction, which feels right. And maybe you're putting effort into too many things and it's just there wasn't traction gaining that you wanted in the way that you wanted. But with this Ace of Wands showing up, this is showing that you're going to get there. With the Queen of Voices, we've got the Empress energy. So we're seeing the evolution here, Pisces, for you on whatever this situation or circumstance is. Once you gain the truth and the clarity that you seek, you're able to start making movement towards that. You're able to start putting things into place that you need to. The Queen of Voices can be very the approach taken is like a defined list of things to do. As an example, it's like knowing what needs to slot into what place to make whatever you need happen. And then it's like, as you may do that, I don't know if you journal or put things down on paper. I'm just seeing like a checklist, boxes, timelines. There's something here that you may be moving into with this Queen of Voices energy that's helping you create this new beginning. But it's like you need a little bit of path to do that, to be able to put the right things in play, being able to, make sense of everything, but being able to communicate it and make it happen as part of that, which is going to give you this new beginning that you're seeking. Whatever it is that you're really taking charge of and stepping into this Empress energy, it seems to be something that you're creating or something that you are resolving that's giving you the freedom and also the attraction to bring more of what it is that you want in. But again, it's like you had to make the choice first or the decision as part of that for this to eventuate, okay? Six of Inspiration, you've got the Three of Wands. So with this Queen of Voices energy connected to this, whatever plans you end up making, whatever it is that you put together that starts making sense, like you figure it out, right? You're figuring something out here, Pisces, in a positive way, in a supportive way for you. So whatever plans that you make, whatever changes you're making, whatever direction that you're heading, because the Three of Wands can be a lot about the direction that we're going. This is about making movement towards that. And with this Six of Inspiration, this is showing that whatever it is that you're doing here, it's a successful one. It's a successful endeavor and something that you'll get a lot of reward and recognition from as part of this. The Ace of Materials, we have got the Four of Swords. This is also a sense of relief for you, it seems, whatever it is that comes, that eventuates here with this Ace of Pentacles. The Four of Swords is finally like being at peace. It's being able to rest. It's kind of being able to take a step back from any challenges that you have been experiencing. And even just time out finally of, I can breathe again. It's that sense of relief that I'm seeing, that whatever's showing up, this ever hand of God, gift, opportunity with this Ace of Materials, it's one that I feel like you've been waiting for some time. And I'm getting like this weight off your shoulders in whatever you've been feeling or experiencing. With this Hermit energy, you've got the Six of Swords. So whatever win that's coming on through here for you, Pisces, we see this twice as the challenge position, and now with the Hermit energy, is that something here that you achieve. I feel like a sense of gratitude comes with this. It's like this gift, this win, accolades. It's giving you now time to really think about what you want, what you want to feel, where you want to go. And I feel like this time out that you're going into, it's like going to give you that clarity, and you're going to start moving forward in a direction that just feels a lot more aligned, calm, peaceful. And I really like this for you. But a part of that is going internally. A part of that is stepping away with you, with your higher self, with, spirit, whatever works for you in that regard, to gain just a little bit more, I don't know, I guess like ideas in ways to explore, to experiment, to kind of bring more life to that feel good place, right? The Empress energy, we've got the Creator energy. And I'm liking this because this is kind of like a double, well, when you think about it, this is like three times, because you've got the Empress twice and now the Creator energy with the Empress. So I think there may have been or may be something that you initially kicked off or initially started and thinking you were heading that direction. I feel like you're going to get a new sense of inspiration. What hasn't worked out, or where you may feel like you've had to divert, and I think a big part here is trusting in that process. If you end up going a certain direction because that's where you feel led, but on that way or en route, you're kind of feeling, I don't know if I'm kind of vibing with this. Something just feels a little off. I feel like I should be heading over this way. Pay attention to that. So anything that may seem a little bit disruptive or a little bit uncomfortable, I think it's really important part to assess, is this further power to like assimilate where you're going, or is this, a little bit of fear? Try to understand, if you can, the difference between it, because it's like, I feel like there's going to be a little redirect, okay, in terms of wherever you're going. And that's part of this Creator energy and the Empress energy. You might end up feeling like magnetized to go towards something else. It's like this inner feeling, inner pull that you're getting into a certain direction. And this is on purpose. So don't be fearful of making a mistake, or hang on, but these were my plans. Be flexible in that, because that's going to support you throughout. Okay. Seven of Inspiration, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So there's something here that you are determined, Pisces, around your sense of stability, your sense of safety, but being okay doing it and creating that on your own. And I'm kind of feeling not giving two hoots about what other people think for a change. Maybe that's something that you had to learn, had to like flex that muscle a bit more, because I know sometimes it's pretty, relational, where we can be like, oh, what are they going to think if I do this? Or how does it look if I do that? No, I feel like you're not caring. You know what you're working towards. You know what you want. You know how you want to feel. And you're willing to do what you need to do to create that for yourself, without other people kind of getting in the way of that or infecting your thinking in an unhealthy way. You're like, nah, I'm standing strong here and I know what I'm doing and going after. The Strength energy, I love it. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. So you know great change is upon you, Pisces. You know that there's a lot of things evolving for you. When we look at, obviously, the astrological side, the power in movement right now, like what's just happening energetically, there's a lot of powerful movement forward happening. But it does require a strength, maybe learning something new, maybe having a new way of going after something that maybe you haven't done before. It's a little bit probably stepping outside your comfort zone, having a different courage, but also discernment in terms of the approach that you're taking. With the Sun energy, we've got the Six of Pentacles. So wherever things haven't felt aligned, wherever you felt that you're not getting, the financial gains, the abundance in love or being loved or feeling lovable, wherever it is around your sense of worth, your sense of home and stability, I feel like this is all like starting to come together and like connecting all into place for you. And that's what's showing up here. Like, there's just a lot of positive energy happening here, but it's like there's one thing that's kind of been blocking it or showing up as a little bit of resistance that you finally clear out along this path and journey. It could be a person, it could be a job, it could be a decision where you're going to live. There's multiple facets here, and what that is for you, I mean, maybe there's more than one for you, but yeah, I'm just seeing that it's just making decisions that may not just be as easy, but I think you're ready to kind of take it on, is what it seems here. So let's have a look at what else we need to know in regards to these challenges. So boredom and contentment, we've got the Page of Pentacles. There's something here that you're not getting enough or don't feel you're receiving enough here, and it's just not exciting you. So if it's a job, maybe you're not getting paid enough to deal with the crap that you're dealing with. Maybe, there's, within you, you've got a lot of, great qualities, a lot of things that you can offer and present, and just trusting in who you are. But there's just someone who's not seeing that in you the way that you know of your potential and what's possible. So I feel like that's why this change is happening. It's like, I'm not getting what I need, what I deserve, what I want to receive, how I want to feel. And maybe as part of this, you're finally expressing it and going, well, if this ain't flowing and going, also in terms of what I need, I can't keep giving to that. And I think that's kind of what I'm seeing here. The moving on energy, you've got the Devil. So this is probably what the challenge is as part of moving on. There's the excitement of moving on, but I think there may be a lot of thinking happening, a lot of the unknown, and maybe too, like taking on a lot of things to try and distract yourself as part of moving on. Sometimes I think we would just want to hide little parts that we just don't want to admit, or so we overwork ourselves, or we don't want to pay attention to something, so we find a way to distract. And I feel like that may be part of the challenge, is not getting caught up in those parts, or not fearing the possibilities of what's ahead. So there may be a little challenge in how you're feeling about this, that's showing up here. Okay. So positive movement forward, you've got the Page of Swords. So it's interesting, you've got a little page energy showing up here. So it seems like with this page energy also showing up in positive movement forward, you're potentially going to be taking some risks that you haven't taken before and that are new territory for you. But with this, there's excitement, there's possibility, and it's looking good. But I think, again, there's some learning that's occurring here that's helping you grow, and it's just different. You may not be aware that it's different, but at the same time, you may have people that are watching on and seeing like, wow, is this what Pisces is doing? Like, where are they going? What's happening? And I think, there's going to be potentially eyes on you, like people watching what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're creating. And I like it because I think you're learning a little new part of yourself through this process, and one that you're like super proud of. And I think appreciate that you've given yourself permission to go do whatever this is for you, Pisces. Okay. So let's have a look at what the outcome potentially is here. We've got material harvest. I like it. We've got crown chakra and foundation and achievement. So, this is the 9 of materials. So this is gaining a lot of satisfaction from what you're doing, building your wealth, creating a sense of stability and independence, doing what you need to do to feel good about yourself and the direction that you're going. So we're seeing a lot of gains and a lot of benefits, and reward coming your way for whatever it is that you're doing, for whatever choices that you are making, whether they've been challenging, or more difficult than at other times. This is a win for you. The crown chakra also showing up is about, information received. And the crown chakra too is about information being downloaded. But I am connecting this to the Queen of Swords energy or Queen of Voices energy showing up. Because like I said, it's like you're getting some clarity or truth here. It's like maybe what has felt like you don't have clarity about something or can't see, being a Pisces, it's like having these visions or insights. I feel that's going to come through for you and be supportive on this journey. And the 4 of Wands, that's like the portal opening. That's like things opening up for you and feeling good about what it is that you're doing, like where you're walking towards and what's happening and arising. So there's a lot of good energy for you, Pisces, in regard to this situation and wherever you're going next. So, trusting in you and your decision making and the process is going to be, I don't know, just the sun's shining. There's a lot of positive movement forward and a lot of opportunity for growth here that feels good. Feels really, really good. So I'm going to leave that with you, Pisces. If you feel connected, appreciate a like and a thumbs up, which is also a like, and a subscribe to the channel. It really helps us and lets us know what it is that you're connecting to, and also to connect into your energies as well. And thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you next time. Bye now.